I'm out here in this beautiful park in Buenos Aires, and there's one thought that I've had on my mind the last couple of days that I feel like I really had to make a video about and had to share with you guys, because I think this is so important. Because there's one thing that you're probably missing in your life right now, one major important thing that when you don't have, your life becomes kind of like on hard mode, if that makes sense. You know, you become more anxious, you care more about what other people think of you, it's a harder time attracting money into your life, you have a harder time attracting women, friends, network. Everything just gets way more difficult when you miss this thing. And if you feel like you have any of those kind of like symptoms right now, or you don't, and like it's hard for you to stop caring about what other people think, you feel like you kind of like misalign, you're not making the money you want to be making and things like that. Holy shit, check out these gooses out there. Anyways, if you feel like that's you right now and you don't have those things in place, it's probably just because you're missing this one thing. And I also notice in my own life, when I feel like I'm out of alignment, when I'm not making the type of money I want to be making, when I feel like I'm caring about other people's opinions a lot, it's usually just because I've lost this one thing. I've kind of gotten out of tune with this one thing. And basically what it is, it's not a business model, it's not some like mindset hack or anything. It's just about the fact that I feel like as a guy, as a man, you need to have this one big project, this one big kind of mission, this one big challenge that you're always working on. Because when you have one big thing that you're pouring all of your time, all of your energy, all of your effort into, like this one major thing, everything else in your life is kind of like tunes out. So let me give an example here, you know. For some period of time, you know, when I was transitioning, I used to have SMA a couple of years ago, about 2.5 years ago, that I was really struggling with. And some months I made some money with it, some months like I struggled with it. And that was like the big thing that I had back then, you know. But then when I started shutting that down and I wanted to get into remote sales instead and transition, there was periods of time where I was kind of like, I didn't have something clear to like put all my time and energy into, because I was kind of like in between the agency and figuring out like what am I gonna do next, what's gonna be my like next big venture. And I would wake up some days and I would be like, okay, what should I do today? What's gonna be the thing that I put my energy and my time and my focus into? I didn't have like a clear focus. And it made me very self-conscious, it made me very like insecure. And I was just in general like probably a less fun person to be around, you know, because I was just like so scattered. I didn't like know exactly what I was gonna put my energy and my focus. And I didn't have like this one thing that I was trying to like conquer at that time, if that makes sense. And now if we look at where I am today, you know, where I'm doing remote sales, I'm closing deals, I'm trying to master the skill of sales, getting even better at it and things like that. It's very clear of exactly like where I'm going, what I'm doing. I have one challenge, one thing that I'm mastering, which basically is like helping people master sales so they can get freedom for themselves and do the exact same journey that I've done myself through remote high ticket sales. That is my mission. That's what I'm doing. I'm getting to 100K per month, teaching other people and helping other people get into remote sales, changing their life and building a life of freedom for myself and for other people. And when you have that clearly defined, you have one thing that you're focused on, like one mission, one way of doing stuff, one skill, one business, whatever it is that you're trying to master, like you will notice how everything else in your life is kind of blurs out. It becomes this like thing on the side that doesn't really matter as much, you know. For example, like if your life is, you don't really have like one big mission, one big challenge, then all of a sudden like what do people think of you, you know? What do women think of you, your friends, you feel more insecure, you don't feel like as confident in yourself. Like everything becomes worse when you're not actively working on something. You don't know what actually like put your time into, put your focus into, put your energy into. Everything just becomes like this very like unclear kind of state that you're in when you don't have one big thing that you're trying to push forward. But when you do on the other side have it, when you do wake up every single day and you have one clearly defined goal to put your energy into, you can just like keep going. There's so much alignment, there's so much like just energy that comes to, at least for me, and I think for most of the people as well, that this comes to when you have a clear path, a clear thing that you're focusing towards. And I think this reflects in as well like how you show up in relationships, how other people see you, friends, family, for women, for dating, like everything just becomes easier for you to attract other people because you're this person who has like a mission, you know, you're going somewhere. You're not just like dabbling around, if that makes sense, or dilly-dallying around, like I like to say. So here we have some pretty sick boats as well. Might head out on those later. But anyway, so that's kind of like the point I'm making here. And like the way to actually do this, the way to actually find this big thing, that's probably the biggest question that you have right now is like, got it, Alex, I get your point, I need to have one big thing. But what is that gonna be for me, you know? And I think, to be honest, like if you're young, if you haven't really like made your first 10k a month yet, that thing needs to be sales, like 100%. If I could go back to me being like literally like 16, 17, 18 years old, the thing that I would have done is get into remote sales sooner. Because basically it's like literally the ultimate thing to put all of your time and energy into. Because like, as a young guy, as a man, or even if you're a girl as well, or especially if you're a guy, I guess, you want to be able to develop confidence. You want to get your money in check. You want to become certain. You want to get good at communication and things like that. And that's literally what sales is all about. You basically just focus on learning persuasion skills, understanding human psychology, becoming confident in how you speak, how to vary your tonality, and also ultimately like make a lot of money while doing so. So if you want to pick like one thing to go all in for and to have as your main target to master for the next 2 years, sales needs to be at least on that list. And like if it was me, I would like 100% go all into that, because you really can't miss. It's gonna set you up for life. When you learn and master sales, you're never gonna have to worry about money for your life ever again, because you've learned the most fundamental skill in business that all businesses needs. Because every business out there needs salespeople, you know. So if you just learn that skill and master it, you will have confidence. You will never have to worry about money again. And if you look at salespeople in general, like they're very confident and very like driven people, you know. You don't really see any sales guys that are lazy or that they are like fat or things like that. That doesn't really exist in the space. I think that's why it's so fundamental, such a fundamental thing, because it just like builds that character that you need to have as a man to be able to like go far in life, you know. Regardless if you want to use the skill to become an entrepreneur, start your own business, regardless of like what the long-term goal is, you need to start by learning that skill, because it's going to set you up for the rest of your life. And again, it's the prime example for pouring all of your time and energy into one thing, having it one big challenge. Because you can literally wake up every single day if you're getting into remote sales. The only focus you need to focus on is like, number one, learn the skill, get really freaking good at sales, get someone who can mentor you and like learn the skill set, role play, practice it over and over again, get really good at it. And then number two, you just need to find one sales role. That's it. Such a simple path. You can really like distill it down to like daily actions that you need to do to succeed in it, which makes it super simple to win in it as well. Because I truly believe if you can just detach yourself from the outcome and the result and only focus on the daily actions, the daily inputs that you need to take to get to your goal, you can achieve absolutely anything. Because if you focus on the inputs every single day, you're gonna keep doing it regardless of what happens, regardless if things get hard, regardless if you don't get a role the first month. If you focus only on the inputs, you will keep going regardless, and that is how you win big as well. That's the biggest principle that's helped me in my journey so far, is just focusing on the inputs, detaching from the results. It's gonna take you very far, because you're gonna keep going regardless of what happens. A lot of people quit because they don't see results first month. You're gonna keep on going. And I want to be clear as well, like this, what I'm talking about in this video is like focusing on one big thing. It doesn't mean that you have to just like neglect everything else in your life, you know, and you like stop talking to your friends and your family and like break up with your girlfriend and all that stuff. You don't have to do that, obviously. The thing I'm talking about is just like freeing up your mind and having, because I think you need, if you're a driven guy, you need to have the one big challenge, otherwise you go crazy. At least that's the case for me. Because the periods of time where I haven't had like one big thing that I'm pushing forward, I go crazy, you know. I start like reading all about like cooking or like fighter jets, or like just find like these random things and just like nerd down in them, when I don't have one big business or entrepreneurship venture or whatever it is that I'm trying to like push forward, you know. So find that for yourself, like take action on the stuff I'm telling you in this video. It's really gonna change your life. It's gonna free up so much more of your mind space. It's gonna make you more aligned. It's gonna make you feel better, and it's gonna make you a more attractive person ultimately as well. If you wanted like the blueprint of how to actually get into remote sales and create a life of freedom for yourself, start to be able to travel, make your first 10k a month online and things like that, you can join my inner circle, which is basically my one-on-one coaching, where I help guys land the role, get to training, everything you need to actually scale to your first 5 to 10k in around 2 to 3 months if you're ready to work hard. So again, want to be clear, that's only if you're someone who's actually willing to work hard. I only work with people that are actually driven and willing to like push themselves. So if that's you, click the link down below. You can join my inner circle. I can help you out one-on-one, help you crush it like I've done with over 50 other guys. So that's it for this video. If you want help, click the link down below. I'll see you guys tomorrow. DM me on Instagram if you have any questions. Ciao.